viewers at home, you are welcome once again to your favorite program, our program, The Platform. What we do on the platform, we discuss with the personnel, the important people in the society, to know their view, particularly on a special topic that has to do with the individual or our daily activities. On today's program, what we are going to do now, we are presently at CNS High School to have a discussion with our mother, the school principal, in person of Mrs. Komolafe Yemisi. On this program today, let me start by introducing myself too. I'm Adenipekun Afolabi, the anchor for today's program. Let me start with this. Mommy, our viewers are there watching us live from all our social handle, the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. They are there now. They want to hear from you. They want to know you more than my own introduction. Can we meet you, ma'am?
Good afternoon, viewers at all the various social handle. I'm Mrs. Adejoro Yemisi Komolafe, the principal of Oluwa, High School, Ilesa.
Okay, that is the voice of our mommy. The topic that we want to discuss with our mommy today, it has to do with the students and the teachers, even including the parents too. What was that topic? It is the effect of out of school on economic growth. The effect of out of school children on economic growth rather. Mommy, let's start by this. When we look around, when you check around the streets, you will discover that most of the children, they are either roaming about or hawking.
They don't come to school.
Yes, instead of being in the school. But the parents will disguise in the names that, okay, they want to increase the family economy. That is why they are not allowed their children to be in school. They are now engaging them in hawking around the streets. What is your look on this claiming by the parents?
Once again, I appreciate you coming to have an interview with me. First of all, what do you think are the causes of students not wanting to come to school? We can't solely blame the parents for this. There are some factors that is responsible for this act. Number one is financial problems. These students, if there is any financial problem, they don't want to come to school. All of their mates are paying their school fees. They don't have any means of paying their school fees. They won't be happy coming to school because it will be a sort of stigma on them. They will be sent away from school for not paying their school fees. They won't even, if they are in school, they won't be able to concentrate. So financial problem is one of the reasons why students don't want to come to school. Then the second reason is poor secondary school preparation. These children, they feel it's the games as usual while they were in the primary school. And when they get to secondary school, is another challenge. They might not be able. They would have not prepared well for the secondary education. Then no serious counseling. These students need to be guided and counseled. All the parents want is that they should just have money. They should be okay. But these students, we have to let them. There should be means of counseling them to let them know why education is important. Then conflict with work and family commitments. What I mean by conflict with work and family commitment is there are some things that the parents is supposed to be responsible for. I have some of my students in the school that they will go and do this hawking, bricklaying job, all these many jobs
before coming to school.
If not, at some stage they might got tired of doing all these things. Why can't they look for another means that will be able to make quick money? The motivating school environment is another factor. You have to, if these students are coming to school, there are some students that have bad behaviors. Instead of cursing them as teachers, instead of writing them off, we should show love. We should advise them in love. But if the school environment is not motivating at all, it could affect these students. Then you ask me a question that what is the effects of
the question is when we look around, we will discover that mostly the children that are supposed to be in school, they are hawking, roaming around the street without doing anything. Now, and the parents will disguise under the umbrella that they want to increase their family economy. That is why they didn't allow their child even to be in school where others are in the school. Now, you as the mother and as the teacher, what do you think? I mean, what is your take on this claiming by the parents?
By parents
claiming that they want to increase their economy. That is why they are not allowed their children to be in school.
That they are postponing their evil days. Students that drops out of school are more likely to commit crimes. And they will bring the name of the family into disparage. They will bring the name of the family into mud. If they commit, maybe they are fined to be armed robber, they are fined to be doing kidnapping, all sort of bad. So it's better for these students, for the parents, I mean, to face the reality, to do whatever they could for their wards, for their children, to be able to have this education and make it in life. Then, aside from being those parents, their children could become drug. They could take into drug.
Taking hard drugs. Then they form a menace. They will become mentally derailed by such doing. So then, if you drop out of school, the likelihood of you to get employed is nil. Except you want to do hard labor to be paid less. Hard labor to be paid less. That's the point.
So that's what I.
Now, mommy, I want to ask. You made mention of hard labor and to be paid less. Is that make the a child that educated? I mean, is that can we say that is the difference between a child that educated and the one that doesn't
a child that doesn't have education will be a slave. So a child that has education will be those that have education will be the master of those that doesn't have education.
Now let's look at this point. Presently, most of the graduates are outside there now. They are graduates, but they don't have job to be doing. They are unemployed. Now this scenario now make most of the upcoming ones think that if they are in school, what will be their gain of going to school? Now you as the teacher, now let's look at it. Is it normal for someone to say education is a scam?
It's not normal. If, like, I used to say some things that if you go to school, also find a job to learn. If you go to school, maybe after school or weekends, all these jobs, braking, mechanic, computer,
the vocational,
go and find a vocation that you learn if you are a student, if you are in school, because it's getting to a stage whereby the way an educated somebody will handle a vocation that is being learned will be different. The packaging will be different. So if you are educated and you also learn a vocation, it's an added advantage to you. If you are not able to get government white collar jobs, you can engage yourself. You might be lucky to get somebody that will assist you to be able to set up something that you'll be doing. And by the time you know it, you'll be an employer of labor.
Employer of labor. Instead of being waiting for someone to employ, such person will be employer of labor. Now, let's look at this. The numbers of students in school now compared to the past, is it encouraging?
It's not. Students are like when I first got to this school, the enrollment was about 700. But as I'm speaking to you, the school enrollment is now up to 440, like 480. Let me be precise. Students are
out of school.
They are driving away themselves from school. They are leaving school for one or two reasons, for reasons best known to them, but not in their interest. It's not about current situation, but it has to do with their future. They will go to, some of them will go and online, Yahoo, all sorts of things like that. Quick money. They want to make quick money. And I can tell you, if they really make the money, they can only reign for 3 years. Before you know it, the hand of law will cut up on them.
They will be caught.
The hand of law will cut up on them, and maybe they are in prison, or they are all those things that they amass through dubious means will be collected from them, and they will back to square zero if they are not imprisoned, if they are not sent to jail. So I just think counselors, we have to be, everybody, every parent should be, every teacher, every parent, an elderly person should be a sort of counselor to these students. Those who will hear, will hear. Those who will not hear, will not hear. But let everybody rise up to the task of counseling these students, advising them, because students of nowadays, they don't know life. They know no life.
And they need to be taught
and
what
we
life
have
is.
to tell them what life is all about.
What life is all about. Now, we may look at the situation now. Do we blame the government or the individual child or the parent for the increase in out-of-school children in our country?
I feel every person in this setting has one or two blames. It depends on how everybody that has to do with this situation of land handles it. The government has its own blame. The parents, they have their own blame. The teachers and the individual students who doesn't want to be in school. They are not going to put all the blames on any of either the teacher, the students, and the government, nor the students. Everybody has a hand in what we are experiencing about the student not wanting to go to school. The government on their own had so much not made the school to be conducive enough for learning. The rate of the economy had spoiled everything. An average family where the student come from might not be able to get a square meal.
Not to talk of 3.
Not even 1. No good shelter. So these students will be thinking of so many things that they can do to have means of livelihood, means of survival. Not means of livelihood this time around, but means of survival. They want to survive at all costs. But even at that, we still have some students that endured and eventually they made it through. But not that's where the issue of blaming the student comes in. With all what we are saying, we still have some students that are making it, that even with all the pressure, they have their goal, they are determined that they are going to make, and God help them and they eventually make it, despite all odds. But where the teacher come in is that the most students in the secondary are in their adolescent stage.
The stage of confusion.
They might be exhibiting some
attitude, characters.
The teacher has to understand this, that it's a stage. Not that the teacher will be saying, you can't make it in life.
Causing the students instead of assisting them.
Instead of talking, showing love, we should teach. As a teacher, we should believe these students are like our children and guide them, counsel them, talk to them, show love. Even at times, give them, maybe a child that doesn't, I do it, that doesn't, if a child is, I look at their face and say, you don't look good. What happened? Some will say, I've not eaten since yesterday. I will give them, go and buy food. So by this, they won't be thinking of doing anything that will
funny, that will affect their future.
That's why then teachers should make them see life the way it is. That it is not this immediate something.
Immediate need.
That whatever you don't struggle, you don't sweat to have won't last. It's only what you struggle, what you sweat to have that lasts. Let teachers make them see life the way it is. So then the child as well, they have their own thoughts. They want to get rich quickly. You can imagine an 18-year-old boy, a 16-year-old boy want to be using a very big car, want to have a very big mansion to himself. Then they will start dipping their hands into
evil things.
So, and the parents, I can't imagine if as a parent, my child comes home with a strange amount of money. There's no way these parents don't know what their children are up to.
Even some, they do encourage sometimes.
That's what I'm saying. They know. Some I was with the divisional police officer of Division A. I took a student I reported one of the students
Ayeso.
at Ayeso. The man was telling me that most of these boys, those young boys, that they will be using big cars. Eventually they will say it's on their own car. What are you doing? How did you get the money to buy this big car? That is their mother's car, and it's not their mother's car. They will buy the car in the name of their mother.
Just to disguise.
So when they bring the receipt and it's the name of the mother that is in the, how do the law take its course on them? So some parents are digging their grave because of what they give. They can't cope the excesses of their children. They can't cope the excesses of their children. So all these things are what are some of the factors. And eventually it brings moral decadence. Everything lopsided. All these children, they will just, at the end of the day, they will lose their lives.
Even most of them doesn't have respect for an elderly one today.
They will lose their lives because they are not yet mature for what
they have at hand, just to maintain.
So
now, mommy, in the course of your discussion, you made mention of the teacher being performed the duty of the parent, what we call the in-loco parent, teacher as in-loco parent. With the cumbersome activities and the work at hand for the teachers, do you think that teacher will still have such time to serve as the parent that says in-loco parenting?
From 8 to 2 or 8 to till the school closes, because this time around we close by 4 o'clock in the evening. From the after school hours they will do lesson from 2:30, 2:15 to 4. So from that time till 4, I believe if we want to be alive to our responsibility, apart from being alive to our responsibilities, if we want to have a just society later, there is no way where we cannot, if you have 45 minutes lesson with the students, you can cancel, talk to them for like 5 minutes of the 45 minutes. These are the ways you can invite students when you don't have them. If you observe a student is railing, you can invite such students and talk to such students. Let us see life the way it is.
But ma, is there any provision for that what we mentioned, the seminar or symposium or counseling hours for the students?
We have a counseling unit in the school, and we always tell the students that if you have any issue, if you have any problem, go and see the counselor. The counselor is there because of you. So it's now left for the students to
go or to just stay outside. All right, mommy. I would like to ask this question now. As a teacher, apart from what you've mentioned earlier, is there any means we can be of help to reduce the rate the rate at which the numbers of out of school children are increasing in our society?
How we can help
to help the situation
reduce
yes,
the rates at which the number of
out of school children are increasing every day.
There are, except first and foremost, I believe in the efficacy of prayer. This nation is sick in every ramification, and that is what is affecting the rate of students dropping out of school, not wanting to go to school. We need the hand of God in this country first and foremost. Then as a teacher, accept everything the government has done. All these causes of students dropping out of school, except we address the causes. If the economy is vibrant, if you can afford to send your child to school and maintain,
and be able to provide.
It's not about being sending your child to school
without provision.
Without providing, the school fees will not be paid. The uniform, everything. It's not about that. If the economy, first and foremost, we have to be prayerful that the economy should, that God should give us good leaders. We have issue of leadership too, that we empathize, that we have, most of our leaders, all they want is to amass wealth that one day they will leave. They are not concerned about, look at all those rich men in those days. When they died, their money died with them. Where is the... So what are we talking about? But if you impact life, if the government should do some policies that will enhance education, that will make students to want to come to learn. If they come to school and they feel they are not going to have any issue, if possible, we've seen in some countries that they will provide meals for the government will provide meals for their students. Those things that they will need, free textbooks,
they needed materials,
computer,
the school library
will be equipped, ICT, workshop, everything. Or look at the environment of my school. I'm just praying for Nigeria to get to a stage whereby everything will work out. Student doesn't see school as a place to come to and concentrate. One problem or the other, it will be at their mind. If they are in school, they won't even be able to concentrate. So, except we pray, and God should give us a leader that we have the fear of God. All our leaders, they don't have the fear of God. That this life is just ephemeral. Whatever wealth you are able to amass, whatever you are able to acquire, you will leave it one day. I won't be mentioning names. Those wealthy men of those days, their children couldn't be able to maintain their wealth. So the moment they die, their wealth died there. All they have used crook and means of achieving will just be decaying there. So it's just prayer. So we should, as a teacher, we should feel that these children are biological children. When we have that kind of mindset and do whatever we can do in our power to make them excel, not to make them drop out of school. Whatever if they are to be our children, won't we try as much as possible to make them be, not to drop out of school, to make them to be someone in life. So let us have that kind of mindset that these children are my children. Let us pray for them. Let us encourage them. Let us use out of the little resources we have to sustain them.
Let the teachers use out of the resources they have to maintain the students within their domain. That is the advice from our guest for today, in person of Mrs. Yemisi Komolafe, the principal of Oluwa C&S Grammar School located in Ilesa, Osun State. Here we are going to draw the curtain for today's program. Many thanks to our viewers at home for being there, watching us live, and at the same time for the Afric Edge crew that make things work together. Mommy, on behalf of our Afric Edge, we say thank you for granting us this time, even to have the time speaking on the topic for today, effect of out of school children on economic growth. On behalf of the executive producer of this program, the platform, Michael Adeboye Ashaolu, and on behalf of the crew, the Akara Oladele and Obashola Olarewaju, I am Afolabi Adenipekun saying goodbye. See you next time.